Well, all right, thanks for tuning in. I wanted to do a quick unboxing of my 2001 Rolex GMT Master 2. So I got this obviously in 2001 and wanted to just talk a little bit about it and unbox it and show you what you get. So I have the box itself, I have my little pointer here, I have a special flashlight, and I have my vodka cranberry. So hopefully all those things will allow me to get through this in one take. But this is the box, obviously, that it came in. 17 years old now, or 16 years old. Here are the receipts. You don't necessarily need to see those, but an interesting factoid. The watch, the amount that I paid for this watch is about half what you would pay for it now, because every year Rolex's strategy is to just increase the price of the watch. So it maintains the values and it maintains its status. So the price that I paid for this is approximately half of what a brand new one costs nowadays. And it doesn't really matter what the economy is doing, they always increase the price year over year, every year. So the first thing that you get is the polishing rag. Mine is very worn. In fact, the Rolex Cellini, you can't even read it. It's almost completely worn off at this stage. You get this sleeve with all of the different booklets in it. So I'll go through them. Here's the warranty. Interestingly enough, I don't know if this has changed, but I found it interesting that it came with a 1-year warranty. The Rolex movements are made to last 75 years, and I thought it was a little strange that it only came with a 1-year warranty, but that's okay. I never had a problem with it, and I've had it a heck of a lot longer than that. So this was the main Rolex Oyster booklet. Now, you'll notice that this one has a chew mark out of it, and it has no cover, because I got this watch the same year that I got my dog. She was a puppy, and she managed to get a hold of the box, and she ate one of the tags, and she ate this booklet. She did a number on it, so those are her bite marks still in there. Amazingly, the other ones managed to survive. So this is the care and feeding of your Rolex. Just your basic information of who to send it to, your Rolex dealer, or you could even send it back to Switzerland. They will service your watch in Switzerland if you send it back there. And then the main booklet, and I always thought that this was really fantastic. The GMT is a pilot's watch. It is the pilot's watch. Any pilot back in the day anyway, who was worth his salt, had a Rolex GMT, and just a really nice watch and a really nice booklet. But I always just thought that the cover was really cool. Anyway, as moving on to the box itself, I don't actually keep mine in this box. I have a watch winder. You really should keep the mainspring wound. It's good for the mainspring. If it spends too much of its time being unwound, or living unwound, or not being wound, it's actually bad for it, and it negatively impacts the watch's accuracy. So it comes with a fairly it's a nice box. This sort of, I don't think that's real leather, but it's like a sort of leather, has a nice Rolex logo on it, and it comes with this Alcantara or ultra suede inside and a nice pillow. So this is one of the tags that it came with. This one actually survived. This is the one that indicates that it is swim proof. And the other one, I'll show you a still of it. I don't have it anymore because my dog actually ate it. I mean, she really ate it. It's gone. She ingested it. So here is, don't worry, the dog survived, barely. I wanted to kill her, but she survived and is still alive to this day. So here's the watch itself. So I'll point out some of the features of the watch. Hopefully you can get a good view of that. So the first thing is the illuminated markers. So those are illuminated. It has 2 time zones. So this red hand over here is the 24-hour. So that corresponds with this outer dial. So it's a 24-hour time zone. That's 24-hour time. And this is meant to be set to GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. So if this is correct, I don't think it is actually, but this is it's 2 a.m. in England right now. It has a Cyclops lens, like most Rolex modern Rolexes. It has the screw-down crown, and I'll show you a couple of neat features on the watch. One of them is quick set. Oh, by the way, the bezel moves back and forth, so you can change time zones. You can actually do upwards of 3 time zones if you move this. So the bezel moves in both directions. I think they say that one of the ways you can tell a fake is that the bezel either doesn't move or it only moves in one direction, and it makes like a clicking sound, and it doesn't, you know, I'm not an expert on telling, you know, the fakes, but that's something I heard. And the other thing that you can tell is that usually the fakes don't have quick set. So one position out, I'll show you what quick set is. One position out, and you can wind the watch manually. 2 positions out is quick set. So you can jump an hour forward or an hour back. Really handy if you're landing in a different time zone. And then all the way out, you'll notice that in the second position, the second hand is still moving. So you don't have to worry about the minutes getting thrown off just because you're jumping an hour. Now, the third position, it stops, and that allows you to adjust your minutes. Push it back in, screw it down, just have to find the thread, and that's pretty much it. A couple of interesting features about the old watch that the newer watches have changed. This has, you'll notice that the crown is a 2mm crown. The newer watches have a 4mm, so this crown itself is about twice as thick. And that was a feature that was on the Submariners, and the thicker crown was used to just to make it that much more waterproof, because it could go a little bit further below the surface of the ocean than this watch can. Although this watch can go pretty deep. It's further than I'd ever dive. I'll put it to you that way. And another interesting thing that the new watches have that this one doesn't have, because it's a 2001, is they have etched inside the bezel the word Rolex all the way around. Now, this watch doesn't have that, but the new ones do. And the reason that they added that feature was because of counterfeiting. It's a very, very difficult thing to counterfeit because it's etched in there with a laser, and so that. I think they did that in 2010 or 2012, right around that time. So anything before that, you're not going to see it. But so this one doesn't have that. But beyond that, it's a nice watch. I've had it for a long time. Very, very reliable. I've actually never had mine serviced, never had it professionally serviced. The back has never been opened. I wear it almost all the time. I wear it almost every day at work, and not so much on the weekends if I'm, I don't know, working on my car or gardening or something like that, but definitely worth taking a look at. And thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, like. If you want to subscribe, that's great, and I'll see you next time.